Kaden Feagin healthy?
Super excited about Kaden and just him getting back, and excited about the entire group. But just for him, I thought he was really coming on after the Penn State game. But just super excited to have him back. I know how hard it is for him and the work he's put in the training room with our staff, Chase and the staff, to get back, and just super excited where he's going right now.
Kind of got the three-headed monster thing going all over again, kind of same as last year with Kaden back. What's that versatility do for your room, and what does each one of those three guys bring to the field?
Yeah, you want versatility each and every year. If the guys, we talk about it all the time, if the guys can play and contribute to Big Ten wins, I mean, we want them to get out there and be able to play. And each one of them have their different flavor that they bring. Obviously, Aiden is our speed guy, but he can do a lot. He can run in between the tackles as well. You got Big Feagin, who has a lot to him. That's one of the things we're challenging him with. He can do a lot, right? He's not just a power guy, and I think you're going to see that this year as he comes into his own as well. And then you got Khalil, who's a guy who's a slasher, can do a lot out of the backfield, catching and running the ball as well. So a good nucleus there. That's a good start, but super excited about the guys.
How's pass pro come along for Khalil from the end of the season to where you're at now?
Well, the first part is understanding who to block, and now I think what he's done, I think Khalil's come on and put on some really good weight. Tank and his staff have done a great job with Khalil. He came in about 180. He's now about 200 pounds. And so that helps when you're playing in this big conference. Big Ten is big for a reason, right? So you have to be physically strong and physically be able to do it. He's in a much better position. We've challenged him to be able to do that, a lot of that this spring, and that'll help him be able to play even more.
Can you tell us about the two freshmen now that they're both here, and what your impressions of those two have been?
So far, so good. I'm excited about both of them. They've been in the playbook learning. They're probably spinning like Aiden and Kaden were at that time, but we have guys who have been in there, like Aiden and Kaden, who can really help those guys develop. They know exactly. They can finish every one of my sentences off, so they know exactly what I expect from the guys. So they've been a big help with those guys.
Is there a football is back moment where you're kind of like, all right, now the off season's over, we're going again?
Absolutely. It's now, right? You get a chance to do this. We're blessed to be able to do what we do. I'm so excited. Excited about just the group I have. Had them for 3 years now. I've watched them mature from taking steps in the back to now, like I said, they can finish all my sentences off. And it's just, our theme has been levels. Like, every one of these guys are on a certain level. I like the way Aiden finished the season off. We knew that was coming, headed that direction, needed to be healthy. But there's another level for him to be at, and the same for Kaden and the same for Khalil. We don't run this through every day. These guys got to come out and work, but just really excited about where they're getting ready to go.
Why did you see that coming with Aiden? What was he showing you? And not surprising to see him break up the long runs.
No, I tried to tell everybody. I know Coach B and I really felt that way, that he was coming and just needed to be healthy. We know what we were seeing over spring practice and in fall practice. And sometimes, I always talk about it takes 10,000 reps to master a skill. And I think he's starting to come into his own right now. And you saw the benefits of those reps, those really game reps, Big Ten reps, happen during the last couple of games. I thought he played really well.
What can that do for a player when he certainly felt like that was in him, but to actually do that and deliver, how can that help someone?
Confidence, right? It's contagious. I think, we have been building and instilling that in him the whole time, and he again, being healthy is a part of that, but just for him to go out and have a great performance like that, like we knew he could do it, because he always does it outside in practice, and just have the opportunity to be able to do that on a big platform, it just works. And you saw, I thought one of his best games was versus South Carolina. He didn't have as many carries, but I thought one of his best games was versus South Carolina, and you can kind of see he's in the right spot right now mentally.
What did you like about that game from him?
I just thought he was very elusive. He played, we call it DFD. He a lot of times he was able to make the first defender miss. What you look for when you're looking at elite running backs, and that's something we challenge him with. Not just being a speed guy. We want him to empty his bag out as well. Be a guy that can run in between the tackles. A guy that can be a speed guy. A guy who can make the first defender miss. So we can get those long runs like you saw versus Northwestern. He has that in him. He has great feet. So we challenged him, and a lot of it is watching film, seeing yourself do it over and over and over. And like we talked about those 10,000 reps, being able to master a skill, I thought those reps paid off for us, and I think it's going to continue to pay off.
Was it an offseason priority for Khalil to add the strength in the ball he needs to finish his runs a little bit better?
Absolutely. I always want to be bigger, stronger, and faster. That's always the goal. But I think that and to be able to play and sustain in the Big Ten, you know what I mean, for 12 to 14 weeks, we got 2 bye weeks. So that's a big part of it. And just to be stronger, to be able to physically be able to block these big guys that we play against every day.
With Aiden's confidence, is that something you had to be intentional about not letting him lose after, like throughout the offseason, or was he kind of out in front of carrying that with him?
Right now, I gave him his one of his goals. We give each one of our guys 2 goals, a physical and a mental. And one of his mental goal was Nike. We talk about just do it. Now, he's a real cerebral guy, so he thinks a lot, right? But he has it. He's got it. I've had him for 3 years. He understands what he needs to do. He's fully confident, aware of what he needs to do. I think he's going to play really, really well this year.
The guy we haven't really asked a lot about throughout this time is Aaron Ball. Like, he was really productive in high school. I know he had offers at maybe some FCS schools. How have you seen him grow?
Yeah, I've seen him grow from the spring, even to right now to where we are today. Still some more room to grow, obviously, like everybody else. But looking forward to this is a big camp for him. We need him to grow up and develop right in front of us and contribute this year.